This is as Dr. Neha mentioned that we're just going to go through this 6 days meditation, and but before that, I just like to briefly tell you who I am, and then I'm just going to also explain what we're going to go do tonight, so we all have an idea, and then we'll just carry on. So my name is Mustafa, and as Dr. Neha said, people, my friends and people call me Muzi around here. I live in Loughborough, got a little cafe, and with the meditation, I just started about a year and a bit ago, and through them, I just benefited so much and so much, and it just made me so much curious. And I just wanted to find out more and more. I just tried so many different meditation techniques, and I just come across this one, and I just find this one really, really beneficial. I believe that everybody else would benefit from it also. So then we're just going to talk about brainwaves and the sort of states that we're going in with the meditation, and that I think that's quite an important part. And I think once if we are meditating, it is quite important to know what we can achieve with it also. Here we're just going to start. We're going to just go through a YouTube video here. And then we're just gonna, this is called 6 days meditation. It starts with compassion, then the gratitude, then the forgiveness, then your future vision, then your next day, then also the blessing. So we're just gonna go each one by one, and I'm gonna tell you when I go to this, when I meditate with this particular technique, I'm just gonna tell you what I do, what I say to myself, what goes through my mind, and as a reference point for anybody else who just wants a little bit of guidance. So with this, we're just going to start with compassion. I'm just going to try to change the screen to this YouTube video. And this meditation technique is created by a gentleman called Vishen Lakhiani. He's the owner of Mind Valley. And this guy, I would also recommend, he's got great podcasts and there's so many great YouTube videos. And it's got a huge audience. And I'll recommend to just watch a few of it. I believe that it will be quite beneficial also for most of you. So here we're just going to start. What we're going to do, as I said, we're just going to phase by phase. We're just going to go to the compassion. I don't want you to meditate right now straight away. I just want to maybe more listen to it, see what gets said, and then see what you can do with it. And then at the end of the each phase, I'm just going to mention that what I say to myself during this particular meditation, and then I'll see maybe a few benefits of it. Here we go. This is going to be for 2-3 minutes each, and we'll just carry on from there. Chloe, can you hear? Share the audio. How do you share? Where? Share sound. Done?
Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, draw your attention to the top of your scalp. Feel your scalp relax. Feel this feeling of relaxation flow gently downward to your cheeks, your face, your neck, your shoulders, your upper arms, your lower arms, your fingers. Now feel this feeling flow gently downward across your chest, your abdomen, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet. Draw your attention to your eyelids. Feel how relaxed they are. Allow this feeling of relaxation to flow gently downward, all the way down to your toes. You're now in a deep, relaxed state of mind. We will start with phase 1, compassion. Take a deep breath and feel a light of love and compassion radiating down on your scalp, flowing all the way down throughout your body, all the way down to your toes. Feel this light envelope your body in a white bubble of compassion. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel this light radiate outwards and envelope the entire room. Feel yourself passing compassion to any living creature in this room. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, feel that light radiate outwards and envelope your building or home, enveloping in a light of love and compassion. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, feel this light of compassion enveloping your neighborhood. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, see this light fill your city. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, see this light fill your country with love and compassion. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, see this light fill the entire planet Earth. See the Earth in front of you, glowing and covered in a beautiful light of love and compassion, a light that's connected to you. Feel yourself radiating compassion to all living creatures on Earth. We now move on to phase.
Hi guys. As you just listened to it, with this particular, it initially just sounds a little science fiction, but I think if you are familiar with meditation, then you know what to imagine and what sort of how you visualize what it says, what is said there. But compassion is something else. To me, that's how I feel as well, and especially if you are in any sort of health problem. I said that's one important as well. When I feel it, when I stand from where I am, and then if I just feel compassion for somebody else, it just makes me I'm above somebody. And if you just look around us, there's so many other people or the situations that we are better off. When you just think from this standpoint, that you already feel good about it, and having to have the feeling of this great feeling, it just gives you that uplift. That's how I feel. And then with this, I literally exactly visualize whatever the vision says on the video, and that just helps. But as I said, this from next one onwards, it just becomes a little bit more familiar with. So we're just gonna go with the next one. It is the gratitude, and there's a little thing says here as well, if you just want to pay attention. This basically is almost just taken from the video itself, but again, just pay attention what it said and then just go from it. I'm just gonna do the video now. Here we go.
Phase 2, gratitude. I want you to bring back to mind 3 to 5 moments that you're grateful for in your personal life. Be sure to bring back all happy memories, feelings, sensations associated with these moments. I will give you a few seconds to reflect on this. Now think about 3 to 5 moments in your work life that you are grateful for. Bring back to memory feelings associated with these moments when they occurred. Emotions help make the entire experience richer. Compassion and appreciation for who you are. I will give you a few moments to reflect on this. And we now move to phase 3.
All right, guys, as you just listened to it, when it comes to gratitude, again, this is, I really find it quite profound. This is being happy with what you have is the most important thing to me, like, because you're not chasing anything. You are happy with a piece of bread by your mean. You know, when it comes to gratitude, with this particular meditation, I just go through about when I first met my wife, when my baby born first time, when there's great moments that's all in my life, and there's not only one or two, you know, just whatever that it comes to your mind, just bring that moments to your this imagination, this visualization. And just as I said, as it says, when you feel that particular moment, you just feel that emotion anyway. That's a great emotion. And when you attach this emotion, this particular thought, it just creates, when we just go through the brainwaves, and we're going to discuss this a little bit more. When you attach any emotion to any thought, it just becomes a neurological connection. And the more you repeat this, it's just going to bond, it's just going to make it bigger and stronger and stronger. It's going to be part of your life. As then you're going to be, whatever it is that you have, that you're going to be very, very grateful. You're going to be happy. Being grateful is just happiness. And this then affects, when you are happy, as I said, your biology changes, the chemicals in your body changes, and everything. As I said, we're just going to go through about this later on. But when it comes to this, I literally, I feel like I am getting a little bit more experienced meditating. Every time I come to gratitude, every time I just think of this sort of things, then I just feel this kind of physical sensation. I feel like there's some sort of electrical charge goes through my nerves, my body. And I spoke to a few people who doesn't meditate. They said that's a kind of like a healing energy or so. But then I've never really searched anywhere else. But the feeling though, I've never had. I used also so many, you know, I had great time in my life, but I've never felt anything like any sensation like this before in my life. And I said, the key thing is though, whatever is just said, or whatever your thought process are, it just add that emotion to it. And it's eventually that you become familiar with, and then that will just help you greatly, I believe. So we're just going to move to phase 3, which is forgiveness, and then carry on with the video.
3. Forgiveness. Bring to mind someone whom you feel you need to forgive. See that person in front of you. It can be a person or a situation. As you see them in front of you, I want you to repeat the following line. I forgive you. And I ask that you forgive me. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel whatever rage, regret, or resentment that you had in any situation involving this person release from your body. Now see that same individual and mentally hear them tell you, I forgive you, and I ask that you forgive me. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, release whatever negative charges you have against that person. now come to phase.
Hey guys, as a forgiveness, also something is really, really important. I find it's you feel so much weight on your shoulders. Mentally, it's so strong. Just thinking about somebody who upset you in the past, a situation who just made you upset, or whatever that is. You just need to find the way to let go. I have a particular situation as a friend who I believe that he treated me not that how I just I had a great relationship with this person, and then the things I asked from him, it didn't happen, and it just kind of upset me. You don't expect things like that from a friend or a family member or things, and it just upset me. At one point when I was going through this particular meditation, and when it comes to forgiveness, and it's just always there, but every time it just same person came, and then it kind of put me at one point. I said, you know what? Well, this person is far away right now from me, and I just told myself that one day if I ever meet him, if the situation is right, is the right environment, I will just tell him why he just upset me this way. And then right now, I just let that go, because I just made a decision what my plans, what I'm gonna do about it, and I just let go, and I feel so much lighter. And I think this again, it just affects our health. When there's so much weight on your shoulder, it's so difficult to just carry yourself. And the things like that, it's just the way you're done. And if you just let go, trust me, you're just gonna feel so much lighter, and you're just gonna carry with your life so much better. So we just go to the next phase, which is the vision for future, I believe. Guys, I am quite primitive when it comes to IT, so bear with me.
Phase 4, your vision for your future. Think about any area in your life that you have an incredible vision for 3 years down the road. You could pick 1 or 2 or 3 areas. I will give you 90 seconds to daydream and imagine and visualize yourself in this area 3 years from now. You may begin. Be sure to stretch yourself. Dream big. Feel the excitement you would feel when this vision comes true. Bring in emotions. Feel the feelings of joy, happiness, accomplishment, success. Feel the feelings you would feel as you see this vision happening and coming true for you. Be sure to bring in all your 5 senses. Think of the sounds you'd hear, the smells, the colors, the touch. As you wrap up, feel the excitement of this vision being true for you. And know that this vision is on its way. We now come to phase 5, the perfect day.
Guys, with this particular phase, again, it's sometimes we're just in such loop. We just have that familiar past and a very, very predictable future within ourselves. They say, especially the age that we're living in now, especially in the Western society, that 85 to 95% of our thoughts are the same thoughts as it was yesterday. So we just did the same thing, we thought the same thing, we did the same thing yesterday, and then exactly another 95% of it, we're just doing the same thing today. We're just thinking about future, it just excites you a little bit. And excitement is that great feeling again. And then that emotion, they push you, that you got something to look forward to it. The pictures you see here is a very, very far-fetched goals, but for me is one of them is meeting the queen. Hopefully, I believe I'll get a great idea. I need to meet the right person, hopefully, to pass the message to someone, and then that would be my way. Hopefully, there's a microphone over there. This is my first. I want to be I would love to be like a motivational speaker, a coach, or in some sort, just to help people share my knowledge and experience, hopefully one day. A beautiful place by the sea, a TV presenter, travel the world. These are my goals. But you know what? The thing is, some of them seems, from where I stand right now, it feels so far-fetched. But thinking of this all the way, every day, I'm just doing meditating every day. I'm thinking of this every day. I know they just happen, because at the same time, I know that I'm going the right way. And even if it doesn't happen, I am just enjoying. I've got something to excited about. I just work for it. And that work doesn't feel like a sacrifice anymore. You just joy. It's a joy. You know, I just work 10 hours a day. On my day, I work 6 days a week, most of the day. Then I just come and try to learn as much as I can. I just read books. I just do this. But this part, it never feels that, without neglecting my family, hopefully. I'm sure they'll be fine next, so they're probably laughing. But when you have a vision for yourself, it seems quite a hard work also. You say, oh, I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna have to work extra hours, but if you just picture, if you just imagine yourself, there's something you love to do. And this is, I'm sure we all do. We just want to find a job, do a job that we enjoy doing. And it doesn't become a job anymore. The job I do is really like quite a physically demanding, mentally demanding, but I just go there with a joy, because I've got such a great environment of the same. Again, my family home is fine, is perfectly fine as well, but I just keep visioning and imagining this sort of thing. And trust me, day by day, I can see the improvement over there itself, even me saying a word to myself. Once you just repeat this sort of things to yourself, you change. And then we all have some sort of magnetic field around us, and it affects the people around us. I'm sure you all know that, you know, when we go to in your office work, whatever the job that you do, if there's somebody come a little bit mood, it changes everybody's moods also. When you go happy, if somebody is happy, then it just changes everybody else's mood also. This is something like that, but I think you just need to keep imagining what it says there. And just with this one, by the way, do not ever put a limit to yourself. Trust me, once you are a bit more familiar with as a meditation, that helps in that sense. Is really, really great. Our human potential, we are the most intelligent creature on this earth, and there's so much potential to us. Do not limit yourself by the external factor. There's so much you can do. Don't ever put yourself a limit. I'm sure eventually you'll see the benefit of it, and you'll see the result of it also. Here we go. And the next one is which is your next day. Let's do the video and we'll talk about it in a bit.
Think about the upcoming day, from waking up, perhaps morning exercise, breakfast, commute, work, lunch, the various segments of your work, coming back home again, and the various activities you do back home or with friends. Divide your day into segments that are meaningful to you. For each segment, spend a few seconds visualizing it unfolding in pure perfection, and make a statement of how you want that segment to unfold. give you a few moments to complete this. Be sure to feel the positive emotions associated with each segment as it unfolds perfectly. Bring in all 5 senses. Continue your segment beyond your workday, into your time spent after work. See your evening unfolding perfectly. Now nighttime. Now end with yourself going to bed and declaring that you're going to have amazingly healthy, relaxing, deep sleep.
As you listen here also, guys, here, this is almost as if whatever the future plan that we have, but everything just starts, and miles starts with just one step. So if we just manage to make our next day as beautiful as we can, it just adds up. It's really adds up. These just start with just tiny little lifestyle changes, tiny little habits, and like any habits to be formed, we just need to repeat it. That's really important. And I just told myself with this particular one, this exercise, tiny little exercise. The first thing I wake up now, I've just been obviously about 3-4 months now. I just do a little really gentle exercise. Now, other day I've just noticed I've almost forgot, and it's almost like you're kind of missing. You just, something's missing from that morning routine. That, like, I haven't brushed my tooth, or just didn't put a shirt on or something. So that's it. Just repeating this sort of things, changing tiny little things every day, it just becomes a habit. And without knowing, then the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, it's become such an automated thing that you don't have to worry about anymore. Again, the breakfast is important for us. For our mind and body to function properly, we really need to put the right stuff in it. We need to watch our diet really well. In a country like this, it's quite difficult to get the right food, and I can see some families, some people are struggling, but whatever within your limit, just help to figure out the best way that you can just put the right have a great diet about yourself. You wouldn't put the dirty oil in your car or dirty petrol in your car, and what would you just put something dirty in your body? So if you just want your body to function properly, then I think this is really important. Then again, your commute to work or whatever the job you do, if you don't, and there's so much you can do. This is just designed for maybe as someone who is working or so. These are there's the state we were just talking about, the traffic and bits and bobs and all that. This is always going to happen. We just need to accept that that this is going to be my part of my journey. How can I get the best out of this? There's certain things out of our control. Like, if you're just stuck on a traffic, I could just open a podcast, a good podcast. I could listen, I could learn something. It's just really nice music that a good song that you really enjoy listening to. Just again, this lifts yourself up. Same again at the work. We just mentioned about yourself. I think if you just go to work, whatever your priorities, your priority could be your career, whatever it is, you're being a better parent or whatever it is, but work is, I think it's a great thing that we can just learn from. Like, if you just go in there with a positive energy, with so much positivity, I'm sure that you will affect the rest of the people around you, and then you end just and ending up with a great day to yourself, and then this affects the day by day again. This changes your mood and everything else. Same again, lunch. We just talked about diet, and make sure you just give yourself enough time also to wind down, just relax, just do something just you enjoy during the day. No, just make sure you give yourself that. I do come as like, it's a difficult. The life we live in is quite difficult. Just work is quite pressured. The home is same again, but just find a way to find like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever it is. Do just what you want, and it could be just like sleeping. Just close your eyes and reading a book, listening to good music, whatever it is. And same again when it comes to sleep. That this is really, really important. I think we just take this very granted, like, but for the sleep is everything regenerating our body. If you manage to, I mean, I don't advise people just to, like, the alcohol and everything else sometimes just makes you feel just nice and allows you to go to sleep also, but your sleep get affected really, really bad. Caffeine, same again. For us to have a fresh body, a really good healthy body the next day, we really need to have a great sleep to regenerate our body. And with this, as it says on the bottom here, is declare to yourself, I am going to have an amazing. And again, we're just going to come to this, just but declare the self-talk, self-affirmation is so important. You just don't realize how quick it just becomes part of you. And again, we're just going to talk about this in a second. And we're just going to go to the next phase right now, which is the blessing.
We now come to phase 6, the blessing. You've now visualized your ideal life 3 years ahead, and you've now declared how you'd like your perfect day to unfold. Now call upon a higher power to deliver you a blessing, to fill you with support and power, so that you can go forth and have an amazing day. Picture a golden light shining down upon your head. Feel this light flow gently downwards across your face. Now your neck, your shoulders, your arms all the way down to your fingers. Feel this light filled with support, power, hope, energy, and all the qualities you need to be infused with, so that you can go forth and have an amazing day. Imagine the light flowing down gently now across your chest, to your abdomen, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet. Imagine this energy swirling within you, energizing you, filling you with the necessary qualities, abilities, and power to have an amazing day. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, lock in this feeling of power. Know that the universe has your back, and that you are in control of your life, your days, and your legacy. We have now completed the 6-phase meditation. You may choose to remain at this state and enjoy the beneficial effects of meditation.
Here is the blessing. As we're just going through all of this 6 phase and all that, sometimes we just think if we just make a decision, we're gonna do everything. We just hold on to it so strongly, and then we just almost forcing it. Unfortunately, the world doesn't work like that. So you just made a solid decision. You just wanted how your next day to want, how you wanted your next day to be, how you wanted your future to be. And then once you just made a decision, you just let go. It just, whoever you believe, whatever that you want to believe, just let it go. And this will just eventually will just return to it. And if you are, as long as within that sort of vibration you are, this definitely will come back to you. And now we're gonna talk about a bit about this brainwaves. And as I say, if some of you are familiar with the meditation, it's good to know about the brain waves, because as you can see here on the beta, I'm not going to talk much about the gamma unless you're going to be chased by a lion. This is where what sort of state you go in. You're just your blood, because this is extremely difficult situation that you just need so much focus and everything else, and then all your blood flow just goes into your muscles, so you just need to run away from it. But then we're going to beta is our daily life. That's how we live our life. We are quite alert, quite normal. We can focus on things, we can just deal with the task in hands and all that. With the meditation, for us to achieve a little bit from meditation, we just need to, as most of the meditation practices just mentioned, about just breathing, relaxes yourself, relaxing your body and relaxing your mind. As you do that, your brain frequency levels goes down. And 1 second, it goes down. And with this, then at that alpha level, it's our conscious and subconscious mind kind of contribute to each other. We kind of losing the analytical mind. That means that even some of the things that it's been mentioned on this particular meditation, some of the goals that maybe we want to have, and there's no one to judge. That analytical mind is not judging anymore. Your subconscious is something that your subconscious always lives on the present moment. It doesn't have the past or neither future. And at this particular time, at alpha level, as I said, we both are aware of our thoughts and everything else, as well as just trying to do an imprint in our subconscious mind. And this then is, if you just manage to repeat this over and over and over again, here there's a few pictures of a few neurons, which is our brain cells. Once you just have a thought, there is a connection just made. Say there's a connection made between two neurons. You just had a thought. If once you just add also an emotion to this particular thought, then it just becomes this line. Let's say, I'm just going to figure it out, explain this. This line, say, becomes stronger, and the more you repeat it, this line is going to become you almost just changing your physical matter in your brain. And it's like everything else we did so far. Everything we do, like brushing our teeth, we did it so many times, it became an automated thing for us. We just don't really pay any attention. We just grab our toothbrush, the paste, and everything else is job done. Putting our trousers first thing in the morning. Do you ever pay any attention to this? When we drive, do you ever pay attention to how you drive, how you're changing your gear or anything else? Because we did this so many over and over and over again. We just go to a 2 hours journey and we don't know how we got there. This is like, once you repeat things, and same again with the thought as well. That if you manage to keep certain thoughts to yourself over and over again, and make sure, as I said, just if you just manage to add emotion to it, it just make a great connection. And you just keep repeating this, that connection becomes a matter. And this could be anything, as I said, especially when it comes to health. This relaxing state, it just helps your body to regenerate. You're not in a, if you just think about what I've learned so far, I don't have any academic background or anything. All I've learned is from books on internet and everything else. But if you're living in such a stressful environment, and this is the world, unfortunately, we're living in, and that's why I found the meditation really, really useful. the world we live in right now, it is so hustly and bustly, and it is so difficult to get out of it. Unfortunately, we just watch so much news, so much social media, and everything else, and everything just controlled by the external factors. But if you manage to just turn inside a little bit, trust me, there's so much out there, so much you can just download, almost like, when I go to my meditation, I always go with an intention also. And when you just drop your physical, when you relax your body, your brain already thinks anyway, just that, what, I've got nothing, no task in my hand, I need to relax myself. And then when you go to that alpha level, and then from then on, you'll see, instead of but try to how could I say, try, instead of the negative thoughts that you have that will just be keep thinking and all that, try to just one by one, let's just make it positive, and eventually this becomes a habit, and then it becomes part of your life also. And if data, again, this is a hypnosis level brainwave. This is when you, this is, as we go to, these are a good part of the day that we can just use the meditation without just making great effort to be able to lower brain frequency levels to go into the meditative state. So this one of them is obviously first thing when we wake up, you're already just like, you're almost theta, you're just going up to alpha. And then when you first go to sleep, as you doze off, you're just relaxing your body, and then you just then go to alpha and the theta at delta eventually to the sleep. And then sometimes when we go to when we have a lunch or something in the afternoon, these are great times for us to just go to this sort of particular levels. If you want to meditate at this particular time, you'll see the benefit a lot more, because your body, your mind automatically just goes into this sort of brain frequency levels, and that this makes the meditation experience is so much better. And again, it's just when it comes to delta is a dreams, the sleep state. You just you restore your body and everything else. But as I said, the one thing I want to mention again, the repetition is I find it so really important. I found it so much beneficial also. I said, everything I have learned, I try to put it into practice, and some did work, some not, but the most has done. Repetition is, again, certain thought, it becomes a conviction almost. And as I said, with my future goals, when it comes to my future goals, I just become as limitless as I can be. And I know, as I said, even if it's not going to happen, I know I'm gonna enjoy my journey. This is like almost, I want to, if you think about it, it's almost going to a holiday, and then your journey becomes so beautiful, because you're going somewhere nice, and you're just enjoying your journey as well. But the key thing is this, doing this, it doesn't happen. The meditation, you just need to make it a great practice of. It doesn't happen. The things you want to achieve with it doesn't happen straight away, unfortunately. And I'm glad when I first started, I didn't know what to expect. It, because we're all different. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to do during the meditation. Luckily, I managed to come across this some sort of physical sensation, and it's, again, I've just noticed it just changes my mood, changed my next day almost, and then I just saw the benefit. And then from then on, I just wanted to search a little bit more what I can do with it, how I can do with this, and then gradually, it just affected greatly. It really affected my life in such a positive way. And I'm gonna talk about the pain of it, and pain, people with the suffering with the pain, as that this is aim for this. As I said, we just live in such world that we are in constant stress. As I said, I just believe most of our pain comes, especially the chronic pain, comes from our environment. And now there's so much great research done regarding this, how environment changes our gene, how our gene expression. If we think about it, we are in a constant stressful state. This then produce this stress hormone. This stress hormone, as I said, is really good when you need that, when you need to run away from a situation, when you are a big task in your hand, this is really good. You need to, all your the blood flow goes into your muscles, that you just deal with that task really, really well. Unfortunately, the way we live nowadays, we stress about the work, we stress about, there's so much happening, the stress about the news, we just listen to so much news, and there's hardly anything good in there. We stress about this, we're just seeing social media, a friend being on holiday, I'm just doing nothing here. These sort of things it just adds up so bad, and there isn't any living creature on earth live with the stress as much as we do, unfortunately. And when you live in that sort of stressful environment, what happens is your body, with so many glands producing so many great hormones in our body, we have the great pharmaceutical, our body is a great pharmacy, and we got every chemical that we need, we have it already within ourselves. But with the stress, unfortunately, just all the stress hormones, if you just keep doing this in your daily, almost every part, every hour of your day, you are in a stress hormone. You imagine that, a deer just trying to run away from a lion, he just needs to just get lots of energy to be able to run away from that one. But when he escaped from the lion, say 15 minutes later, and he just like, okay, the danger is gone, he's just eating the grass again, grazing again, the stress is gone. So that's a healthy stress. We need the stress. But if you just live with it over and over and again, what happens is cortisol is the stress hormone. It's just produced by the adrenal gland. All the blood flow just goes into your muscles. Literally, just sometimes just test yourself sometimes if you're in this sort of things. When you are sitting down, for example, or when you're lying down, I did this many times when I was just, I'm just going to bed, just watching something, and I just realized how tense I am suddenly. When I take a deep breath, it's all our thoughts and everything else is create a stressful environment. And then when, as I said, all the blood flow just right always on your muscles all the time. And when it does that, your brain doesn't know that, then it says, do you know what, this is a stressful moment. I need to pull all the blood flow from my organs, from the heart, the stomach, whatever, everywhere else. That's not the priority now. Your digestive system is broken down and everything, because it knows that our automatic nervous system said, you know what, this is a dangerous moment. I need to just keep alert all the time. But when it's like that, there isn't enough blood flow, and there's so many great things just carried out to our organs with the blood. And if this is a current situation all the time, what happens is just organ failure, the pain, and everything else. So that's where meditation comes to great help, in my opinion. Is, as I said, that's through my experience. I've noticed actually lately, since I started meditation, this is a year and a bit or so, my partner's next door, I can call her. I used to take quite a lot of painkillers, mainly just for headaches and bits and bobs. But I would say probably at least 5 times a day, a week, 5-6 times a week, quite often. I've noticed since I started meditation, I actually haven't taken one. And I'm just quite surprised in a way, but I know I also know that there's so much great things happening in my body. So just as I'm sure there's great information out on the internet. As I don't have any academic background, but it seems as a guide, there is so much great material on the internet. There's so many great suggestions, even from so many great YouTube videos. Just find something that resonates with you. Find some great tips from wherever you can find and apply it to your life. I believe that we also become so reliant on the medication and everything, and something happens and we always just expect something from outside. But I said, if you, again, with the meditation, we just go a little bit inwards. We know we want, at this particular time, we know who we figured out who we are, what we want from life. And just with that, then all the stressful factors just come out. For me, just to be able to, I've got great future visions and everything else. But do you know what? I'm just at this particular point, I'm also grateful with what I have. Having to have these emotions just helps so much to your body and mind. As I said, our thought process is, as I said, for this is really, really important. Just find the way to come out from this negative, pessimistic way of thinking to a positive, a lot positive, and keep repeating this. Unfortunately, I said, but it takes a little while. We need to be really, really persistent about it if you just want to achieve anything from meditation. And but I feel like if you just take one step and just be persistent about it, that I'm 100% sure there isn't anything that you cannot achieve without, especially when it comes to health. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure there's certain things that we definitely need medical care and all that. But meditation, as I said, I believe, I know this from what I've learned, and that we have our own pharmacy within ourselves. Everything just we design in such way, as long as we just look after ourselves a little bit, our body produces everything that what we need to be able to have a great life. And this is what I could say. Let me check my notes, which isn't much, and then we'll just go from there. But as I said, when it comes to meditation, there's one little thing I just want to mention again. There's so many great techniques of meditation. But I think, as I said, when it comes to the 6 days meditation, I find it really, really useful, because it just distracts from ourselves. Sometimes it's nice to be nice and quiet, just be still, be mindful about who you are, where you are, and everything else. Do that as well as this. But I think having to have the 6-day meditation, it distracts you from what you are right now, who you are right now, where you are right now. It distracts you in a good way, if you know what I mean. You just having to have a future. You just have got something to look forward to. Just declare yourself how amazing your next day is gonna be, and then just having to have a blessing about it and everything else. This gradually, it's gonna just affect your life in such a positive way, that I believe. And as I said, please just be curious about these things. Be curious about these sort of things, because it's you know how when a doctor just tell you to take a medication, just saying that this is going to be good for your heart, you just take that medication and just almost just become a self-affirm yourself. This is really, really good to yourself, and you know that it is going to be good for you, and just create a little belief system within yourself that this is going to help. And there's the effect of the placebo, and there's a huge thing. I'm 100% that helps greatly. But that's completely your own thing, and that's what I could say. I'm really sorry. I was a little nervous about this. I didn't think this is gonna as well as I thought it's gonna be. But hopefully some of you enjoyed, and hopefully I just managed to give some great information to you, and hopefully you'll practice on it. So this is where I am done, I believe, and we can just do some questions and answers if anybody have one. Dr. Neha, you can just come and help me also.
You did great. You did great, Mazi. Thank you.
All right. No.
Wonderful. Just to add on, of course, as my expertise come, yes, there has been a lot of brain study to MRI studies, from the psychiatry to neuroscientist, and we all have explored how the compassion training goes with the brain, and how the brain neurons really change. And most of us who has been part of this program from the initial weeks, we did talk about trauma, we did talk about the fibromyalgia, and how the trauma make a significant impact in the brain itself. And with your technique, I wanted to include in the fibromyalgia group, because this is very much of the reversal which we see from the compassion training. And then 6 stages, the very much you explained in the 6-phase meditation, that is exactly what we do in the compassion training. So from the compassion, empathy, to lovingness, to dreaming. So dreaming is the visualization. Another one of the stages where the frontal part of the brain, where the emotional brain we say is, that start to rewire. And when it starts to rewire, it starts sending different messages to the body, and the whole pain system start to rewire all of itself. And this is not hypothetically or experience based, but we have confirmed with the brain studies, neurological studies, and actually studying the structure of the brain itself. So thank you very much for sharing it. And without taking much, if anybody has any questions, please feel free.